Hey guys, that one Jeep here. Today we're going to be doing some more work on the Jeep, trying to get this thing back on the road, ready for the wheeling season. Today we're going to be replacing the front yoke seal, or the pinion seal, I guess is the better way of saying it, on the front axle. Now this is not your typical Dana 30 or Dana 44 you might find in a Jeep TJ of this nature. This is a Dana 60. It's from a 2006 Ford F350. So this will be a little bit different. This will not be typical for your stock Jeep. It will apply only if you've done a one-ton swap. As always, if this video helps you out, like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Helps me a lot, helps build the channel. Thanks. All right, so this is my front Dana 60. As you guys can see, we currently do not have the old seal in, the pinion seal in. That is because a rock or something, while I was off-roading, decided to partially remove it for me, so I went ahead and removed it the rest of the way. When you pull the seal off, it is important that you do not remove this small piece of metal that is sitting on there. What this piece of metal is an oil slinger. It sits in the back of the bearing, your pinion bearing, and it helps sling gear oil around to help lubricate the bearing. That does not come out with the seal. So next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this cleaned up, and I'm gonna tap the new seal in. All right, so I got the surface for the seal cleaned up, and I just kind of lightly set it on. And then all you're gonna do is you're just gonna real lightly with a rubber mallet, kind of tap it just to get it started, right? Just to get it set. And you can see it didn't get set right there. That can be a little difficult at times. You're gonna get it set in, you're gonna get it tapped in a little bit. It will be a tight fit. It is a seal after all, so you may have to kind of finagle it a little bit, get it tapped in, get it set into place, and we'll go from there. All right, there's what the new seal looks like installed. It did take quite a bit of persuasion with the dead blow hammer, the rubber mallet. One of the reasons I use one of those is you don't want to use a metal hammer and tap it in, because if you miss, you can damage your threads for your pinion nut or even your pinion itself, the splines on there. While I'm thinking about it, this part that I used is a National Oil Seal. It is part number... Actually not sure what the part number is. My watch is talking to me. I'm not actually sure which one of these is the part number, but I'll leave it up here long enough for you guys to get a good look at it. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I bought a replacement yoke from Advanced Adapters. And this replacement yoke is part number 716293. 716293. This is from Advanced Adapters. Bear with me while I get it out here. It's in there pretty well. And the reason why I bought this particular yoke versus a standard Dana 60 yoke is that this comes with U-bolts. So one of the problems with yokes is that when you have the thread-in bolts, they'll thread into these little ears right here, for lack of a better term. And sometimes they will shear off or get stuck in those ears, and you won't be able to get them out or unscrew them. This eliminates this by providing the U-bolts. And what the U-bolts do is they slide through, catch your U-joint, slide through, catch that, and then bolt on the back. So there's no, you don't have to worry about any bolts breaking off or anything snapping off or messing up your threads on the inside. This is pretty simple to put on. You pull it off. You pull the protective covering off of it right here. Just slide it on over here. A little bearing or a smooth surface that's going to sit right here. And then the torque spec on this, I don't remember off the top of my head. It's something like 200 pounds. So you basically put an impact on it and give it all the ooga doogas. I'm going to go ahead and knock that out right now. All right, so there's what it looks like installed. So I'm not four-wheel drive, and my front tri-shaft obviously isn't connected because I had to remove it from this. So I kind of rotate around for you, just to get you a better idea now that I got them with me and the package open. These basically slide in to here and capture your U-joint, and then they have these nuts with lock washers that go on the back, and it's a much better system for capturing your U-joint in there than the old ones that had threads inside the ears there. All right, so that is replacing the front seal. Very simple process, very easy process. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the drive shaft back in, and we're going to call it a day. Thanks for tuning in, guys.